Okay, so food prep for my clients. We're gonna do chicken and potatoes today. So I cook maybe about 5 pounds of chicken at a time, and that will last me 1 to 3 days. So we have 5 pounds of chicken right there. And then I like to cook my starches fresh for the day. Sometimes I have leftover. Sometimes it goes into the next day. I don't like to do that so much because I don't really believe in resistant starches. You'll hear some things about resistant starches, how they're good for your gut and microbiome, but I personally think that it just leads to gas and bloating and indigestion. I like to say that the word resistance probably doesn't mean a good thing. I don't want something that's resistant in my body. Just a cheeky thing that I say. But anyway, if it rolls over into the next day, then so be it. I don't like to waste food, but typically it's only about a potato or two, and I'm usually mixing it with other sources of carbohydrates, so it's probably not that big of a deal. I just don't like wasting food that much. So I don't really even know how much this is as far as weight, because I don't personally track my calories. I don't weigh my food necessarily. Sometimes I will, just to get an idea of where I'm at. But I eyeball. I know that this is probably going to be enough food for today, if not a little bit more. And potatoes are cheap, so let's just say I do only end up eating 3 of these for the day. Tomorrow I might eat 1 and throw out the other 2. It's probably about 20 cents that I wasted. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set our oven to 400. Preheat. And what I do is so simple, right? So it's at 400. The chicken will probably take 40 minutes because they're in this glass Pyrex. So it's a little bit higher on the sides versus like a cookie, like a stainless steel or a metal cookie sheet, where the heat can kind of hit the food a little bit faster and harder. I probably should buy some. I just haven't, because I've had those since I bought my house and they still work, but I could probably cook it for a little bit less if that's the case. Anyway, so they're in this. So the chicken usually takes about 40 minutes. So I'll set the timer for 40 minutes when I put them in, both of them at the same time. And then when the timer goes off, the chicken's usually ready. Get yourself a food thermometer, right? Just on Amazon, they're really cheap. Open this up. And then you stick it in the chicken at the fattest, the biggest piece, and the fattest part of the biggest piece. Because that's going to be the part that's the least cooked. You want it to read 165, give or take. Mind you, when you take it out, and let's just say it's at 160, you pull it out and you leave it on top of the oven, it's still kind of cooking. So even if it says 160, not a huge deal. And then potatoes, I will keep in there. Actually, I'll take them out and I'll flip them upside down as best as I can. So I'll use a fork and then try to flip each one of them around so that they can cook evenly, because they really don't with this. I really should invest in like the cookie sheets, but I haven't gotten them yet. And then I'll cook them for another 40 minutes. And it's safer to overcook than undercook potatoes, in my opinion. And that's it.